Today, I'm going to dig into 5 things that people who are thinking about starting a record collection should do. And if you're a seasoned collector, well, some of these things might not be bad for you as well. I'm guessing about 50% of people out there might not like me for number 5. Why? Well, you'll just have to stick around for that. Number 1, invest in some solid equipment. At all costs, avoid the suitcase turntable setups. The quality isn't there, the needle won't be good, the speakers are awful, and they are as cheaply made as the price you'll pay. Instead, invest in a solid lower end turntable. Get one with a preamp built in if you're concerned about price, and get some decent speakers. You can do all of this for less than $500. If your equipment sucks, you're not gonna get the true vinyl experience. You may have some of the nostalgia of pulling out the record and putting it on the turntable, but you won't get the solid audio from the suitcase player with built-in speakers. I tend to be more on the minimalist side of things, aside from my record collection, and a sleek U-turn audio orbit turntable with a built-in preamp and some quite modest matching speakers is all I need to get a truly solid sound, though some true audiophiles might argue otherwise. Number 2, set some limits for yourself. As with any collection, it's easy to let things get out of control. You don't want your collection to take over your life, your house, your relationships, etc. Limits can include things like, what is your spend threshold for any given month? What number of records will you acquire before it's kind of a one in, one out situation? Do you have a shelf for storage, and will you do everything in your power not to exceed that space? Believe me, these limits can help you save your sanity and your relationships. Believe me. Number 3, avoid FOMO. This might be the hardest tip to abide by, as it's incredibly easy to get sucked into FOMO, or fear of missing out. FOMO is what gets you in trouble. It'll take you from a modest collection to hoarder-level space issues in no time if you aren't careful, and it has the ability to break the bank as well. As you jump on all of the latest pressings or succumb to high quantities of records at great deals, don't get sucked into the hype and gimmick. Hot tip: your records are never worth quite what you think they are, even if you track these numbers on Discogs. Next, be yourself. Everyone has an opinion, and you know what they say about opinions. Go about collecting records in a way that's comfortable for you and that speaks to your personality. Let your collection express who you are, not who you think you should be or who someone else wants you to be. Let that freak flag fly. Devour all of your guilty pleasures. I've got a few in my collection, and some are my wife's. I threw up a beat-up copy of Stone Temple Pilots Purple on the turntable the other day, and my wife came home from work and looked at it and looked at me, and it was kind of both amusing and circumspect. I couldn't quite tell if it was surprised that I was listening to a true 90s classic, or if it was disapproval because, to her, the 90s was all about Euro dance music, not Pacific Northwest grunge and alt-rock. Did I care? Nope. I may have even turned it up a few notches. Finally, and here's number 5, remember, listen to them. In April of 2023, some articles circulated noting that 50% of people who own records do not own a turntable. My final tip is to start bucking that trend. Get a turntable, listen to your records. In fact, I saw articles dating as far back as 2016, and I didn't have to look far. I also shared a bit about the vinyl collector versus vinyl listener debate in another video, and for some, that distinction matters quite a bit. Personally, I consider myself a collector and a listener. In fact, I spin an average of 4 to 5 albums a day on my turntable. If you're passionate about collecting vinyl, be passionate about the true listening experience of vinyl, which includes putting it on the turntable and giving it a spin. Next, check out that video, the listener versus collector debate. You might also want to check out one of my videos on tips for buying records. As one YouTuber said many moons ago, this dude is a damn nerd. I am Andy, this is the FensePost Vinyl channel, and I'll see you in the next video.